Everyone, I'm Andrea, and Lisa called me the other day from the store and she said, "You teach yoga, right, Andrea?" And I said, yes. Where are you going with this? And she said, "I think it'd be fun if you taught a yoga class for quilters and sewers." And I thought, I've never done that before, but sure. So anyway, this is what I've decided to do. And it's just a series of exercises that you can do on your chair, kind of in between, all those projects that you're sewing, probably masks right now, and all those unfinished projects that you're sewing in quarantine where you're doing a lot of this. So, just kind of releasing the traps, the hands for sure, and a little bit of the low back. So let's go ahead and get started. You can just watch me talk too if you don't feel like doing anything. So first thing you're gonna do is roll the shoulders back and away, and that in and of itself can create some release of the shoulders. So you're just gonna kind of work your head back and forth. You can even make some half circles by tracing the chin to the collarbone, back and forth a couple of times. And then when you're satisfied with that, you're going to keep the shoulders back and away. You're going to grab onto the sides of your chair, your sewing chair, whatever chair that you're on, and you're just going to lean to one side and let that ear kind of fall towards the shoulder. And you can even play around with looking down and up and find that spot that feels really kind of tight and hold it there. You can even add the opposite hand for a little bit more leverage. And again, you can play around with what placement of the skull feels good for you. And you'll hold there for a few breaths, just inhaling and exhaling. And as you exhale, you come back to center and you do the opposite side. So again, grab onto the side of the chair and just let the weight fall, creating some nice space here in the neck and shoulder. And you can play around with right and left, shaking head yes and no. I can tell already my right side is just far more congested than my left. And again, you can go here with the hand, place a little extra leverage for the skull, and again, play around with looking up, down. Exhale, come back to center. Take an inhale. Put the arms about shoulder height. Take an inhale, open the chest, and exhale, round the spine. Touch the fingers in front. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. One more. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. And then inhale, stack the spine. Roll the shoulders up and away, and you have two options here. The first is just to reach back and grab onto the sides of the chair, like so, and you can open up the shoulders and just kind of lean forward. If you have the mobility in your shoulders to reach behind you and open, do that. And you can even lift the pinkies up towards the sky. So you're either here or you're grasping in the hands. Okay, and after you find whatever range of motion works for you, you can just kind of, again, shake the head yes or no, look down the nose towards the floor, and maybe even lean forward slightly. Take a couple of breaths there. Come back to center, shake the hands and arms out. And from here, we're just gonna kind of work on the hands. So I know a lot of us have arthritic fingers, and I'm starting to get arthritis in my fingers too, unfortunately. So you're just gonna shake them out, shake them out, shake them out. Get the blood going to the joints and the fingertips. I used to do this when I climbed fabric, aerial yoga. This was one of my warm-ups I would do every time. And then you're gonna take one hand. Doesn't matter right, left. We're gonna do both sides, so it doesn't really matter which you start with, but you're gonna place your hand in front of you. You're gonna flip the palm up, and maybe I'll go to the side so you can see. And then you're just gonna go ahead and take one finger back towards the forearm. And you're just gonna work yourself, ooh, had a crack. You're gonna work yourself all the way back through all of your fingers. Do it a couple of times. And if you find one that's particularly sore, you can hold it. So working your fingers back and forth, back and forth. Then take a couple of grips, just like you're making a fist. We're just kind of working the joints here, getting them ready to, sew, quilt, whatever you're working on. And then shake it out. And you have two options here. The first is to flip the palm up towards the sky and grab all the fingers and bring it back. Or you can bring it here to the side of the chair and work the wrist forward. It depends on your range of motion in your wrist. Some of you may be really tight here, so this would be the option you would take. Or you can come here. And you're just gonna hold for a couple of breaths. And then as you exhale, you'll come forward, and we're going to do the opposite side of the wrist now and get a little motion here. So you can come here, or again, you can come here. I feel that right here. Oof. Yep. And then take an inhale and shake it back out. And we're gonna do the opposite side. So flip the hand, and again, you're working through all of the fingers, crack. And then this is my sore one. And back and forth, just a few times, opening up in the finger joints. And then again, you can do all of the fingers, or you can do them here and you get really into the forearm. Here you can play around with bending the elbow back or extending it forward. You just don't want to hyperextend. It depends on how mobile your joints are. Just make sure you have a little micro bend in that elbow. And you're going to shake it out, up and down, and then just do a couple of fist pumps here. Yeah. And then shake them up. Shake them down, shake them up, shake them down. And then you're gonna come back to seated. And from here, we're gonna go ahead and work a little bit into the release of the low back. I don't know what your full range of motion is, so I'll give you a couple of options. The first option is just to take the leg, figure four it, and cross it across your body. Keep this foot flexed. It doesn't matter right, left, just start with one side. Keep this foot flexed, so you're activating through the shin and keeping the nice and your knee nice and strong. And then you inhale, open, then exhale, fold forward. Now, I have pretty mobile hips, so this might not be accessible for you. And if it isn't, what you're gonna wanna do is take another chair, set it out in front of you, put your leg up on the chair, and then you can just lean forward and get a little hamstring stretch. You can even stack some pillows up, depending on where you are in your hips. So we are here, or you're extending forward, but you're leaning forward, releasing in the hip. That sciatic nerve sometimes can get pinched by that piriformis muscle, and this is a nice release for that. Inhale up, and then you're just gonna switch sides. So go ahead and switch sides, whatever one you were doing. Again, foot is flexed. You want that foot flexed. Take an inhale, roll the shoulders back and down. We're really trying to create space here, and then move forward. Breathing, of course. Inhale, exhale, taking it at your own pace. And again, if this isn't working for you, you're extending that leg out in front of you, leaning forward. Inhale, put both feet back on the ground, and then you're gonna interlace your fingers, and you're either gonna bring them right under the thigh, or you're gonna grab on top of the shin. And then you're gonna roll your shoulders back and away. You're gonna push the shin into the hands to really allow that pressure to depress the shoulder blades down to the back of the spine. And so you're here pushing down, rolling the shoulders back, or you're here. Couple breaths. And release other side. So if you did interlace the fingers, opposite thumb on top, just for something different. So you're either here, allowing the weight of the leg to really depress the shoulder blades down the spine, or you're here. Oh, my neck is always congested, always. Ah, shaking it out. Here we go. Back to center, back to your neutral position with the feet planted on the floor. Nice tall spine. Again, we're working on opening the collarbones, shoulder blades going down. And we're just gonna finish it up here with a couple of inhales. So inhale, arms all the way up, and then exhale, you're gonna roll all the way down, bone by bone, and lean over your legs. I'm not gonna lean forward towards you. That's kind of awkward, but you're just rolling down, just allowing yourself to dangle. Take a couple of breaths. And then as you find your inhalation, you'll roll bone by bone back up. Take an inhale again. Exhale, dive it down, dive it down. Let the spine round, let the neck be heavy. You can even shake it side to side. Take a couple of breaths, and as the inhale finds you, you're gonna roll bone by bone back up. Coming back to that neutral position, and we're just gonna finish off here. My goal was to make it less than 10 minutes, and I'm at 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So take an inhale up, arms up towards the sky, palms come back to center, and you are done. I hope that this quarantine is finding you healthy and happy, and I hope that if you're feeling any stress and you're all congested in the body, you can maybe just think of this video and do a couple of exercises from it. So cheers, thank you, and we'll touch base again soon. Bye.